opposition. And don't forget that we have about 21 political parties now. We have them. Strong opposition that is on the ground now is the ADC, on the ground. Now we also see that the PDP, wow, some people will say still in the ICU, but can come out, can survive it. The PDP is there, and of course you talk about NIPP, that's MPP, that's Kwankwaso representing that now. You also would want to look at the likes of Aregbe Shola, who at one time been a friend and ally of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Ogbeni Raouf. Nigerians are talking about that man. And then you look at David Mark, who had been the Senate president, all there. So they know this game. They know what they have to do. But these people are the same Nigerians who had at one time or the other been at the helm of affairs in this country. But they say time will tell about, your true friends and how you go about them. You're going to be talking to us this morning. The audience will be, take the large portion of this conversation this morning. Talk to us and put your thoughts on the coming together of opposition and coming out with a formidable front so that they take out the APC. And, of course, the arrowhead, as we know, of the APC is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We'll give out the lines and then put your thoughts for us this morning on how this is playing out. Is it going to be an easy one, for opposition to come, take out this man? Or that what we're seeing now is that the APC, as a party, could be said to be coasting home to victory. Your thoughts, on these matters. Numbers to call to be part of this conversation would be on 081 40,000 989, 081 40,000 989, or 070 87 800 989, 070 87 800 989. Now, look at the man. Again, I'll just put this quickly to you. Look at the man, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. His journey so far, how he has made this. This thing about Emilokon. It is my turn. It is my time. All of that, put it into this conversation for us this morning. Remember what he went to Ogun State to say, and that's the governor of, Ogun State then would never forget what he said about him, that look at this one, I brought him in. And there's so many people that, would Bola Ahmed Tinubu can put his thumbs up to say, I brought this in, I brought this one in. And so, what is working for this man? And his Waterloo, what could just be the reasons why he could just go down?
Another question somebody would want to ask is, if he's going to campaign for the next election, what exactly is he going to tell Nigerians that he'll be doing or he has done in the past 4 years?
And quickly, too, 31 governors are behind him in all of this. Governors have jumped ship. And can they be trusted that, yes, we are of the APC to the end, or what can just, all the things that can happen. Interesting year, that year 2027. So let's get your thoughts here, too. We're streaming on Facebook.
Yes. At Invicta FM 98.9 and on YouTube at Invicta FM 989. So you can go there and drop your comment, and you can also use our WhatsApp platform at 09098900989 to give your contribution.
Numbers to call. Yes, we gave out our numbers, and so be part of this conversation. Okay, there's a caller here. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, your name, where you're calling from?
Good morning, Mr. Toyin Alabi.
Good morning. Your name, where you're calling from?
Yes, this is William calling from Kaduna.
All right, William, let's hear you. Start for us.
Actually, I heard you say after Bola Tinubu say after the pain.
Will come the gains. Yes.
Comes the gain.
Come the gains.
The most richest. Yes, the gain. And their children are the most richest, as we have seen in this country.
Oh, William, do well to call back. Okay. Okay. I just said, Malame Tinubu said it that after the after the pains will come the gains. Okay.
I guess I've spoken very well. I asked this question. Tinubu told us that it is his son. Then what has he made to claim that it is his son? That's number one question that I asked. He removed the fuel subsidy. We cannot see it on ground. Hardship have not gone. Hunger have not gone. Insecurity have not gone. So where do we get it wrong? Is it simply because he told us that it is his son? I was expecting him to hit the ground running, but the rice is okay. So let him just watch his back. All those that are surrounding him are not telling him the truth. I don't even know that he is still there. It's time to time I always hide him. So Tinubu should just watch his back. Me, I wanted him to succeed. Right. But in as much as he's not watching his back, I think he will go down.
Okay. Okay. All right, thank you. I like that word. He should watch his back.
Yeah.
Tinubu should watch his back. All right.
Even though you have a lot of people behind you, what really is their motive?
Watch his back. All right. See with your calls. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Rita.
Rita, let's hear you.
Tell you something. Yes, I said, come over here.
That's all.
No matter how clever you are, people will be more clever than you. So Tinubu will leave the seat when time comes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Rita. Okay. All right, we'll see where your calls.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
I got Toyin, Carol.
Yes, Carol.
Toyin, Tutoma.
Utotoma.
I'm Ibrahim Momoni from Narai.
All right, Ibrahim Momoni, let's hear you.
In your intro, you spelled out clearly what Tinubu is. Whenever there is the opportunity for him to rise, he rose. When there is none, the man recluses, reads, and he was getting toughened. That is how he got this tough and could take such radical decisions. So that is Tinubu. On the meeting by the other stalwarts of the parties, I don't think they will have a consensus candidate.
Really?
Because 3 or 4 of them really want to just head and take that seat.
What
it's going to be difficult.
Names?
The articles.
Okay.
The what's it called? The Labour Party presidential candidate.
The former one, Peter Obi.
The former one, yes.
Okay.
Aregbesola.
Okay.
And the Kwankwasos. It's going to be difficult. But let's see if they can come up with anything. The questions here to ask, what ideology do they have? And the parties, what programs do they have for the country? Thirdly, sir, does any of the parties have any reason, or the candidates, have they been able to pinpoint what Tinubu is doing wrong and what they will do about it? It's not just to condemn the governance that they have not done anything, but you point at a particular thing, and then as a candidate seeking replacement, what are you going to do about it? I'll give you a practical example. Everybody is crying about fuel subsidy. I dare any one of them to win if they are able to overthrow Tinubu to remove subsidy. None of them will do it. That is practically sure. Then the insecurity. In the past, some of them had disparate opinions, but now it is now they want to come together and put insecurity away. Most of them gathering there were a part of one of or another section of the same APC ideology. So where do we stand? Where do they stand? What do they have to offer for us as reason to remove Tinubu or oust him out? I think these are questions we should ask them. These are questions as Nigerians we should look at. What have they pointed out that they will correct, and how are they going to correct it? What are they going to do differently from what Tinubu is doing that they have not been able to say? They are only thinking of coalition to defeat Tinubu in 2007.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, Ibrahim. Thank you very much. That what I don't know. That again, the bottom line, for what's the submission of Ibrahim Mumini is that what's the alternative?
Yeah.
To all they're saying.
And I think that what he just raised is very very pertinent, because a lot of Nigerians have this. Is a mob mentality thing. We just want to vote out this person, but the person that we want to put in for him. Has he clearly stated what he's coming there to do? So it's not as if you vote out this person now, this other person that will not come in, will now show you double shaggy. So it's a very important question. Yes, you have a hate for this person or you dislike for this person, but let it be said that you know the person you are voting for. Ask them hard questions. So it seems like we are all siding with the opposition now, but the opposition we are siding with, let's remember that they were with Tinubu at some point in their life. So what are you bringing differently? Clearly states to us.
And could it be? Could it be also that it's a matter of the devil you know?
Because I can remember when President Buhari was around, we were like, if anything that is worse than Buhari should not come. And now this is here, and they're just like, oh my gosh. So President Tinubu can go and somebody else will come in, and it's just like, but this is the person we were supporting. So it's very important, like Ibrahim has stated, that we really hear what is opposite. Is it about power, or do you really have the people in mind? And another thing is ideology. So all these people have come together now. How would they select one person?
Okay. All right.
How would that selection happen?
Interesting.
Because Obi wants, the Nigerians want Obi, some want Kwankwaso, some want Atiku, some want. So how do you bring one candidate that everybody is in support of?
Tough one there. All right. I'm sure that going for a commercial break. All right, you think about it. We're giving you time to think about it and bring out your thoughts too. When we come back from this break, we'll bring them all.
Victor FM. We are the station that all the stations listen to. Invicta 98.9 FM.
Mama ne masu kyau sun sani, Detol na tsaro kowace rana. Idan aka fito waje, neman arziki fa, kasuwanci kuma fa, yara na wasa a taɓo, amma ban damu ba. Awanni 12 na tsaro kowace rana.
Da amfani koyaushe, Detol yana da sinadarin tsaro na tsawon awanni 12. Detol, tsare iyalanku daga ƙwayoyin cututtuka sama da 100 domin su zauna cikin ƙoshin lafiya.
Detol, be 100% sure.
Duk abin da kuke yi, muna ganin ƙoƙarinku. Cikin iyali kuna nuna so muna jin daɗin hakan. Power oil muna nan da ku mun tsaftace dukkanin ɗigo. Akan 200 naira, mu haɗu mu yaɗa soyayya. A duk sanda ka yarda da mu a gurin yi, muna ganin ku. Shi ne sa muka yi na 200 sashe sai da ku. Kuna dalilin wannan tsari mai sauki, ku more wannan sashes akan 200 naira. Za ku samu Power Oil Mini Pack sachet akan 200 naira.
Power oil, Power oil.
Yana da daɗi, da ɗanɗano tare da Cremella. Ga sauƙi, yana da daɗi a kunu ko shayi.
Yi nishaɗin ɗanɗano mai arziki da daɗi na Cremella Crema, cikakke don babban ɗanɗano a shayi, koko, kofi da sauran zaɓin abinci.
Ya daɗi da ɗanɗano tare da Cremella.
Ƙara ɗanɗano da Cremella.
Ojiyaba shakata wajen more kira da naira 100 ka talamu kuɗin ka sai MTN da kuna samun matsala wurin kira dan ba ku da kati to sauki ya samu in ka sa naira 100 zaka samu naira 400 a layin MTN domin shiga tsarin ku sa naira 100 sannan ku danna tauraro 889 hash za ku iya amfani da shi cikin kwana ɗaya. Shakata da tsarin MTN G's Plus don more kira. Sharuɗa da ka'idoji sun shafi wannan.
Emeka, I'm in trouble. The way the cost of everything is rising, I can't find a way to get these goods to my clients in Kano and Jos without losing my profit.
Musa, why are you doing this the hard way? You need a partner that understands the rising cost of getting by.
You mean someone who actually shows up?
Yes, I mean Prashal Express. I use them for everything. Packages, sensitive documents, even home deliveries. They are professional and they don't break the bank.
Do they go nationwide?
Nationwide? Lagos, Benin, Makurdi, you name it. Just give them a call. Big parcel, small package, value-add services like home delivery, Prashal Express and Logistics Limited is the one company for total reliability. Whether you're too busy to leave the office or worried about the rising cost, we are here for you.
Prashal Express, we deliver for you. Be rest assured, we are coming through. Find our main office at Shop FF18, Starcourt Shopping Plaza, Sabantisha, or our branch office at S20, Zara House, Amadou Bello Way, Kaduna. They've already picked up the goods. That was fast. You can call us on 0706 210 6674 or 0913 775 4873. Prashal Express and Logistics. Be rest assured.
Gabatar muku da sabon jig na jaka yanzu fararen tufafinka za su yi haske da sheki da kuma kiyaye kashi 99.9 na kwayoyin cuta a farfajiya da sauran wurare. Kawai ka jika da jig na jaka.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development and the care they need with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics to help your child's digestion and development, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. And all of these work together to support your child's development and growth today and tomorrow. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Jita-jita da labarin kanzon kurege ci yake kamar wutan daji cikin al'umma wanda kuma baya haifar da komai sai koma bayi da tabarbarar da zamantakewar mu ya cusa tsana da kiyayya a tsakanin mu furta kausasan kalamai ta fuskan addini ko ta siyasa da ma al'ada yana taka gagarumin rawa wajen haifar da tarzoma. Don haka mu zamo 'yan ƙasa na gari masu gina tubalin zaman lafiya ba masu rusa ta ba ta hanyar tantance labari kafin yaɗawa. Sannan duk abin da kasancewa kana da shakku a kai ka bar shi kada ka bari wasu su yi amfani da kai wajen tada zaune tsaye. Mu haɗu mu rungumi gaskiya mu watsar da jita-jita domin inganta zaman lafiyar mu da yauƙaƙa zamantakewan da ke tsakanin mu. Tantance labari kafin yaɗawa shine cikar kamala. Wannan sako ne daga cibiya mai rajin kare demokaradiyya da cigaban al'umma wato Center for Democracy and Development.
A koda yaushe yara na suna kokarin koyon karatu. Guje-guje cikin wasa na rage musu kuzari. Yasa kullum bana rabuwa da Milo a gida.
Ni da mai gidana mun dace da zaɓi mai kyau. Ina godiya da farin ciki kasancewar Milo an yi shi daga sinadari masu inganci kamar su dawa, madara da koko. Shi yasa na tabbatar da yadda yake inganta lafiyar yarana tare da basu kuzari da safe.
Mai gida, zo ka ji yadda jaririn ke motsi a cikina.
In ji? Lallai da alama wannan na da ƙarfi sosai.
Mana, da wa kake gani zai yi kama?
Da ni mana.
A'a, da ni wannan zai yi kama.
To wanda zai zo bayan wannan zai yi kama da ke.
To har yaushe zan jira wancan ya zo?
Kamar shekara 2 haka.
Kaga a lokacin na samu ƙwarin jiki.
Tattaunawa tsakanin ma'aurata yana da muhimmanci. Mu tattauna.
Mama, sai kin gan yadda na wanke ban ɗakin nan. Yawon ku sosai fa.
Tabbas zai iya wankuwa sosai a ido. Amma idan ba da hypo toilet cleaner kika yi amfani ba wajen kariya to ban ɗaki cike yake da ƙwayoyin cuta baja-baja.
Haka ne, gara ku yarje wa ƙwayoyin cuta, ku kare ban ɗakin ku kullum da Hypo Toilet Cleaner.
Yes, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery. S-E-L-A-R-I-E. Celery. Bros, you want turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yes, so.
Turmeric.
Correct. One carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you.
Maggi chicken flavor with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
Kalli wani kunshi wannan shi nake kira gida ya cika.
Mana, ai ni ce na cika.
Ho ho ho. Wane ne yake maganar ki? Ni ina maganar paketin madarar Peak Yogurt wanda yake a hannunki ne. Aha! Muna gabatar da lita ɗaya na paketin madarar Peak Yogurt. Wato Peak Yogurt Drink 1 liter full house pack. Tare da ƙarin armashi da ke kunshe cikin tatacciyar madarar saniya. A rarrabawa mutanen gida kowa ji daɗi. Tare da samun moriyar isasshen vitamin da yake ciki.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
98.9 in Victor FM.
Some of the program perspectives this morning, and we're taking it from the Ibadan Convention, where opposition, gathered, got themselves together, and what it was all about was how to take the present administration out. I was talking about the APC, and of course the arrowhead of it, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and so it's all about how to strategize on it. But the opposition, doing that, of course, the question asked will be that would the ruling parties sit by and watch while opposition will come take it out? But there have been some comments from notable personalities from at that meeting. The likes of Patu Tumi were at the meeting, Jerry Gana, all there at the meeting, and of course, Wike, like we know, the minister of the FCT, had come out to say that it's just a joke, a big joke about the convention. And Kiamu, too, had come to say that all a waste of time for opposition doing that. One man that notable, that's talking about Omoyele Shure, in the opposition, on the opposition side, but was not part of that meeting. And of course, he does not think that that meeting was any meeting to worry about. Now, Labour Party. That's the former party of Peter Obi. Labour Party, with its national chairman, that's talking about Nenedi Esther Usman, had come to say that they were not part of it. They were not part of that meeting. And again, I take you back, and that will be on what Sheyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, said, that if, that the present administration must be cautious, and it must allow the will of the people, to fly. And saying that if that does not happen, that we should go back and take a cue from what happened in the old, in fact they called it then the Wild Wild West, where we had the Operation Wet Year. For people that knew that time, it was a dark history from the Southwest at that time. Operation Wet Year, we all knew what it was all about. It was burning, it was killing, and all of that because, they did not want what happened. You remember Chief Obafemi Awolowo, you remember Ladoke Akintola, and all that happened with the politics of the Southwest then. It was bloody. And of course, not for a nation who do not pray for anything of that sort. So opposition coming together. Some opposition was not part of this meeting. It was not part. It was not all opposition that was at this meeting. Omoyele Shure, this man that we know of the AAC, recall that Omoyele was the presidential candidate of the AAC then. He was not part of it and he had condemned the meeting. But again, coming together of the big guns, the big shots of this opposition and what it can do, to, upset or upturn what we have now. We're still putting, our numbers out. Just join us in this conversation. Let's get your thoughts too. Yeah, 081 40,000 989, 081 40,000 989, or 070 87 989, 070 87 989. Streaming with this program, join us on our Facebook page. Invicta 98.9. Drop your comments there. And YouTube, join us there too. All right, still with the calls. Hello, good morning.
I told you, the reason why I want Tinubu to succeed because my co-northerners have failed me woefully. But neither did I know that Tinubu is just dancing within. I want him to make effort, all the promises he put.
Okay, Kure, we got you on that. You should,
Yes, and finally,
keep his promises.
the opposition, they are not putting their house together. That's why they will not get it right. Honestly, have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
That's Kure coming back again that Tinubu should keep to his promises, and that. All right, still with your calls. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name, where you're calling from?
This is Mr. Sam calling you from Romy.
Okay, Sam, let's get to hear you.
Yeah, on the topic, you asked a question, so far, on that Tinubu. I will tell you that so far, I can't really point to anything meaningful. Starting from the subsidy removal, we expect somebody like me, I expect from that subsidy removal, what is coming in. We expect all the federal roads to be fixed. That is not the case.
So for you, Sam, you're not seeing anything that you can put your hands on that this administration is doing.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm also asking you, can you put your hands on what this administration is doing, in trying to improve lives and of the people?
Your voice is backing there, but I don't know.
He's asking, so there is nothing. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me? So Mr. Toyin is asking, there is nothing the current administration has done that you can put your hands on.
You see, I'm telling you, I say I cannot.
Okay, well,
I'm an apostate of good governance. I don't really follow parties.
That's your opinion. That's all.
If you are doing what is right, I see it. I will praise you. But presently, I can't. I've been scanning the whole system and let me point to a particular thing. Okay, is it the railway section? Is it transport? Is it light? Is it the electricity? Can you point to something meaningful? Okay, under this administration of Tinubu, is what we are enjoying. I can't point to anything meaningful.
Your opinion. Your opinion.
When the house subsidy is gone, you can make it that, okay, let all the federal routes be fixed. Now, if I'm from here going to Delta State, today now I would budget 2 days for that journey. Before, PDP, when FEMA were working.
Are you work in progress?
I always say FEMA are playing drafts.
Are you not seeing work in progress? Mr. Sam, are you not seeing work in progress? You're talking about roads. Are you not seeing work in progress? Oh, God. We're not getting this.
Maybe. I use 2 days. 2 days, ask others. You use 2 days from here to Delta State.
Okay. All right.
It's not supposed to be.
Okay, Sam, we got you on that. All right, another question that Nigerians must look at is that are we not seeing anything, that this administration is putting in place that shows that some things are changing? I'm talking about, okay, let's talk about infrastructure. The roads, we talked about the Calabar-Lagos coastal road. We talk about this administration is saying it's going to take that road from Lagos to Sokoto. We know about what is happening at Abuja to Kano. Are we not seeing work in progress? Or that we have not seen it instantly makes us think that nothing is working? What about the loans? Some Nigerian students especially are talking about the loans, that they're benefiting from the loans.
Yeah.
Now you look at other things that they're doing. Right now we just heard from that's from the federal government that they're working on Nigerian workers owning their house or have a home of your own before you get out of work after 35 years. That's been put in place. I'm not seeing anything.
Mr. Toyin, I think the problem is the core things that should justify a human being's existence is not being seen.
Okay.
For example, the healthcare.
Yes. Okay.
The healthcare is really suffering. Last year, only 36 billion naira was no, that's 6 million naira out of the whole budget or out of the whole money that was, allocated to that sector was only allocated. And even on the daily today, I talk about how, there's a shortage of staff, there's a brain drain in the healthcare system, and Nigeria has the highest maternal mortality. So if people are dying every day, you take your loved one to the hospital, and because of lack of blood or because of, anti-venom, there's no doctor to listen to you. You feel the pain because that's the core thing. Then the education aspect of it, we have the highest out of school children in the world. How is the government doing that? So the now fund is there, quite all right, but the electricity business is one of the things that holds the country. And businesses run on electricity. So if we don't have electricity to run our business, how can we really thrive in the country? So this key things, insecurity too. You can't travel, you can't go and do business, or even just I was listening to a podcast, I said what I said, and this girl narrated. She stays in Ogun, and I've never been to the southwest before, but I believe that the distance from Ogun to Ibadan shouldn't be that. It's like Abuja to Kaduna, right?
Very short, very short.
On her way to Ibadan, she was kidnapped, and she stayed in the kidnappers' den, and when she came out, she was deeply traumatized. So if the government was settling security in the country, at least doing something that matters to the human beings in the country, I believe that it would breed trust. It takes me back to this book I was reading, Lee Kuan Yew. A lot of people have spoken about him, and I wanted to dive into who he was. The name of the book is From Third Country to First Country, and he said to get Singapore to where it was, it needed to breed trust in the people, and trust is very, very important. You might not, we're not saying change everything instantly, right? But let's believe that you have us in mind by the little things that you are doing, by the way you even communicate to us. The fuel subsidy, you removed it, you said, okay, what exactly are you using the fuel subsidy to do? And next time we hear you're borrowing up to $500 million for Sokoto, Badagry to Sokoto. Is that actually the main problem of Nigeria, that road linkage? Is this something that we need to be borrowing money for now?
I like the angle you're coming from, and these are the issues that we see with Nigeria today. And of course, we also put it on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because like the Americans would say, the buck stops on the president's table. So it is all on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But again, I'd like to ask you this, Chiwendu. Fuel subsidy, the removal of fuel subsidy and what it had done. Now, what we hear today is that from the Federation Post, that state governors are really having a lot of money. A lot of money. So some of the questions we ask is that, what do these governors do with this money, with this huge money they are getting? Now, I'm asking this question because, again, when we look at developments or, in Nigeria, it's not only Nigeria, we begin to look at the states. Some states are doing better than other states. Now, I take you to Abia State.
That's the land that is on our minds.
That's one land that has used its money, and look, I mean, Abia State is out off the national grid today. And that's a place that you can say that, ready for advanced technology, ready, to industrialize and all of that. But what are the other states doing? And so, of course, it will also be on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But again, are we asking our governors what they're doing with all of this money?
There's a possibility that other states are actually doing something with their money. I think one thing Alex Otie has done for Abia State is to perfectly document what exactly is happening. Because it's one thing to be doing something and nobody knows. Or maybe that's a lie. Because if you're doing something for the community should be able to say that you're doing something. So I think one thing Abia State has done perfectly is to document and say that I am going to do this thing, and we see that you did it. So there's no promise and fail. There's no unfulfilled promises.
Education is working in Abia State.
Education is working. Electricity is working. Bus terminals are being renovated. Schools are being renovated. I saw a video where he went to, I think, Abia State University now, and saw the living conditions. I could see the frustration, the anger in his face, because he couldn't believe that students, the leaders of tomorrow, would be living in this place. business, and he promised them that he's going to do a work in it. And I believe that work has started in Abia State University. So it's beyond, it's that thing of trust again. It's beyond talking. Once you say, I am going to do this thing, let it be said and let it be documented that when you said it, you have started doing it. And another one is the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji, now digressing from the state. So he increased the price of getting your passport and everything for 36 pages, that is 5 years, to from 50k to 100k. Then the 64 from 100k to 200k. I said the reason why that was to increase the speed at which people would be getting their passport. And I don't know how it was before, but I think right now there's like a big shift when it comes to that, ministry, when you want to get your passport. So it's really about, if you say something and if you have been given something to do it well. A lot of our politicians is just all about the power and the leadership, but to lead, you have to serve.
Yes, and I must go to Ogun State too. Dakwa Abiodun is doing a great job in Ogun State, and you wonder too why that's happening. Come back to Lagos, of course, well established. We know that Lagos is really working too. And so those are the questions we ask, and this are all happening with this present administration. All right, still will take calls. I'll still take your calls. Put your thoughts on with the gathering of the opposition, and its one mandate is that take out Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC. Let's hear you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Toyin Alabi.
Yes, good morning.
Chiwendu, good morning.
Good morning to you.
And good morning, and well done for your analysis. In-depth analysis.
Thank you.
Mr. Toyin Alabi, God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria. My name is Musa Bala.
Musa Bala.
You see, for anybody to have the mistake of assuming that critics are against the South, or are against Bola in person, or against identity group, they are wrong. What we are saying is that just the way like you have explained, let's see things working. You cannot remove subsidy and at the same time the country is going backward. You cannot make a budget and you refuse to release the budget and the money is nowhere to be found. And you expect Nigerians to keep quiet. It will never be possible. Since the 70s, Tinubu remained the only president that first removed subsidy totally. If we are asking what are the governors doing with their money, I will ask what is Tinubu doing with his own money. His own share is 51%, and the local state and local government are sharing 49%. Let him be an example. If the outgoing minister of power, for example, work very well, everybody will enjoy. You see, governance deliverance is like a wrong form. Everybody bear it, whether it is good or bad. You cannot allow ministers in your administration be, let me use the simple English, killing democracy, and you still call them landlord. When Wike said that he will set fire in any state that any governor goes against him, he really set fire. And at the same time, we saw what happened in River State. When we hear your chief of staff directing somebody to go to the opposition party and destabilize them, it's no longer democracy. That is a tyranny. Honestly speaking, it's unfortunate what is going on. Record-wise, when they called the Minister of Finance to explain where is the money, he told us that he was not in charge. You can imagine a whole Minister of Finance say that he is not in charge. And when they were about to call the Minister of State for Finance, the government changed her. So it means we don't have record. All this money we are borrowing, and it is an international body that says more than 38 trillion was diverted. And nobody want to ask questions. Honestly, the odds, the undemocratic stature of this government, the unaccountability of this government is beyond description. It's just beyond description. I don't know where we are going to start it. I pity whoever will take over from Tinubu.
Yes, yes. And about the meeting in Ibadan, opposition, and it's one point, or, the point is to take out this administration. The meeting, give us your thoughts on the meeting and the gathering, the personalities involved, and of course, Sheyi Makinde had really said that they must, field one candidate that will be accepted to all, that be able to take this fight to Bola Ahmed Tinubu's table.
Yes, feeling the meeting was very good. and they have to fill a candidate that will have wider acceptance, not by everybody. No candidate will be accepted by everybody, because the contending candidates there, all of them have their supporters. One thing I will urge the contenders there is that, as they earlier promised or earlier suggested, whoever emerge, they should put head together and support him. Mr. Alabi, this country now, the people of this country don't care your religion, they don't care your region. Let for me, I'm a northerner. If somebody from the south can be better, let you rule for the next 8 years. The current Minister of Defense is Christopher Musa, a northerner. The immediate past Minister of Defense was Badaru, a northerner. Does that set not free from insecurity? Of recent, I had some community in Kachia here, very close where Christopher Musa came from. They were negotiating with bandits because that was the last option for them. There was no help from the government. And apart from insecurity that are not even reported due to political reasons in Ghana State, a lot of insecurity are not being promoted. Abuses are not being reported simply because they want to give an impression that things are okay. Things are not. Tell ourselves the truth. So we don't mind whoever that emerge. If Peter Obi, let Peter Obi come. If it is a people, let him come. If whoever that will come, at least everybody in the opposition, I can assure you.
You have a candidate in mind?
Myself?
Yes.
Wallahi, I don't have candidate, but I'm ready to challenge anybody.
Okay. Try to box you in there. Box you in there, Musa.
In politics, anybody that comes,
okay,
whoever that person is, will challenge him.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Musa Bala. All right, top of the hour, 10 o'clock, we'll take the news brief. Before then, we hit some commercials.
Invicta FM.
Invicta FM.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain?
It's Toby Chio.
My goodness. When did he grow up? That's it with kids, though.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Yeah, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery.
Celery. Celery.
Bros, you want turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yes, so.
Turmeric.
Correct. 1 carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you. Maggi chicken flavor with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
Mai gida, zo ka ji yadda jaririn ke motsi a cikina.
Inji? Lallai, da alama wannan na da ƙarfi sosai.
Mana, da wa kake gani zai yi kama?
Da ni mana.
A'a, da ni wannan zai yi kama.
To wanda zai zo bayan wannan zai yi kama da ke.
Tabɗi, to har yaushe zan jira wancan ya zo?
Kamar shekara 2 haka.
Kaga a lokacin na samu ƙwarin jiki.
Tattaunawa tsakanin ma'aurata yana da muhimmanci. Mu tattauna.
A koda yaushe yara na suna kokarin koyon karatu. Guje-guje cikin wasa na rage musu kuzari. Yasa kullum bana rabuwa da Milo a gida.
Ni da mai gidana mun dace da zaɓi mai kyau.
Ina godiya da farin ciki kasancewar Milo an yi shi daga sinadari masu inganci kamar su dawa, madara da koko. Shi yasa na tabbatar da yadda yake inganta lafiyar yarana tare da basu kuzari da safe.
Invicta FM.
This is Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. I am Chinwendo Perpetua Odimwe with the news brief. The immediate past Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tugar has attributed rising cases of banditry and other forms of insecurity in Bauchi State and parts of the country to what he described as an imbalance in land use between farmers and herders. Tugar made this known on Sunday during a media chat with journalists while outlining his priority areas ahead of his governorship ambition in Bauchi State. He emphasized that pastoralism should not be seen as backward, noting that it remains a legitimate and long-standing way of life practiced even in developed societies. Energy economists have called for targeted cash transfers to cushion the impact of rising fuel prices on vulnerable Nigerians as tensions between the United States and Iran continue to unsettle global oil markets. The call was made on Sunday ahead of the 19th Annual International Conference of the Nigerian Association for Energy Economics, scheduled to hold in Lagos from April 26 to 29, 2026, where stakeholders are expected to deliberate on the implications of global energy shocks on African economies. A former president of the association, Professor Adiola Adeni Kinju, said the current situation presents a two-edged sword for Nigeria, with potential revenue gains from higher oil prices on one hand and worsening economic hardship for citizens on the other. Off the shores of Nigeria, Iran's foreign minister arrived in Russia on Monday as peace efforts between Tehran and Washington hung in the balance following a flurry of regional diplomacy and the collapse of planned talks in Pakistan. The Iranian Foreign Ministry said Abbas Araghchi arrived in St. Petersburg, where he is expected to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. It comes after Araghchi visited Oman between trips to Pakistani capital Islamabad as mediators push to keep peace talks between Tehran and Washington alive. And finally, in the sporting world, Inter Milan's charge to the Serie A title was held up on Sunday after they threw away a two-goal lead to only draw 2-2 at Torino, while a goalless draw between AC Milan and Juventus left the Champions League race open. Leading just after the hour mark through two-headed goals from Marcus Thuram and Jan Bisek, Inter looked set to stroll to victory in Turin, but Giovanni Simeone got Torino back into the match out of nowhere in the 70th minute when he dinked a finish over Jan Sommer, and Nikola Vlasic earned the host a point from the penalty spot 9 minutes later. That makes the news brief at 10. A major bulletin comes up at midday. Good morning and have a victorious day. The show Perspectives continues with your host, Toyin Alabi.
This is Invicta 98.9 FM. We never invented radio, but we're taking it to the edge of perfection.
Welcome back. We're still with the program Perspectives this morning, and attention and focus on the meeting of opposition in Ibadan. We have Sheyi Makinde, governor for your state, had hosted the strong opposition that we have. Now, it's not all, the opposition parties, political parties that were there at the meeting, but the very strong ones that we know. And, of course, personalities that were there included the likes of, included Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi was there, Aregbe Sholas, and, of course, and then we had Kwankwaso was there, and, of course, the likes of Jerry Ghana was also there, former Minister of Information. Patu Tomi, very strong, hands were there, and all out with one purpose, with one voice, take out Bola Ahmed Tinubu or the APC as a party. But again, we must bring out an issue that was raised by the former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, about the Senate and his plan of disenfranchisement. I'm worried about that in some northern states. Now, bring me up on speed with that, Chiwendu.
So Atiku Abubakar alleges that there is a plot to disenfranchise northern Nigeria voters. So he's saying that the reason why they want to do that is under the pretext of rising insecurity ahead of 2027 election. So the states that were mentioned was mainly Borno, Plateau, and Bauchi states. The other states were not mentioned, but he's expressing fears that is it not the duty or the responsibility of the government to secure its people?
Yeah.
So instead of solving the problem, what you want to use to solve the problem is to allegedly disenfranchise the state.
Now, there must be a question about that, and I'm sure that Nigerians must have their say on that. And one of the worrying things about what we see happening in the Senate, these are lawmakers, these are representatives of the people, and they must do things that the Nigerian people must be proud of or must be happy about. How do you take, allegedly, that's not been confirmed, so we cannot really hammer on that. Okay, with what we're still discussing about, opposition coming together, and Sheyi Makinde had really warned again that opposition must come out with one candidate that must be able to represent all, and that is this going to be possible? And who would be that person? Again, these are things that we want you to put your thoughts on. Who would be that one person that opposition with their meeting can come out with this formidable candidate that may be able to confront or give the ruling party a good run for their money? We'll say with it. Talk to us on these numbers: 081 40,000 989, 081 40,000 989, or 070 87 800 989. Streaming with this program live, join us on our Facebook page, Invicta 98.9. Drop your comments there, we'll take them. And of course, on our YouTube channel too, we'll take your calls there. Yeah, I see some messages, one message or two from the Facebook.
Okay, so let's read this one from Solomon Jinkiri. It says, I think it will really work for the opposition party, but who will be their candidate? Majority of them want to contest for the presidency. I hope they would put selfish interest apart and support the candidates that will contest against the president. Gamaliel Babs is saying, Toyin, if the opposition are serious, it will work. Okay, same Mr. Toyin. Okay. Musa Loka is watching from Ogoja in Cross River State. And Zachariah John Dam is saying, personally, I doubt if this opposition parties will really agree to come up with one candidate without the APC coming in, because the divisions without the APC coming in to cause divisions using individuals. But honestly, it will be a good step towards grabbing power from the APC. Mind you, the opposition parties are not fighting one man, Tinubu, as you're asserting in the studio, but they are fighting. So he's saying they are not fighting one man, Tinubu, but they are fighting APC party. Then asking questions about what the opposition can do differently. I don't think that's the right time to ask that question, because campaigns have not started for parties or candidates to start rolling out their plans and programs, but we are all feeling the harsh policies of this administration. That alone is something to think about. Remember the same APC ganged up on their in their numbers in 2015 and snatched power from the PDP without really knowing what to do with it. Okay. That message just disappeared. Just to remind you that APC manifesto is meant to be a people-oriented government. But what is the life of the citizens of this country showing? In fact, we need the opposition parties to put the government on their toes. So he's saying, I think is what Ibrahim brought up about what are they going to do differently.
Okay.
That he's of the school of thought that we shouldn't be asking that question right now. That is all about let's just take away the people. But I love that he mentioned 2015. Let me see his name. Zachariah mentioned 2015. APC didn't know what to do, but what they wanted to do was to take out PDP. But where are we now? Because they didn't. Or they knew what to do with it, but power drunk, being power drunk and just wanting to lead the people. We as Nigerians need to know what exactly this opposition is coming to do, and if it doesn't align, because if they don't know what to do, okay, let's kick out this person, and they come in.
So
is it not the same cycle again that we are going to? So yes, they are opposition, but we need to really ask them, please, what are you coming here?
So I mean, is asking that is during campaign that we can hear what opposition could do.
They should start thinking about it.
We have to wait until campaign period before we know what these people are coming up with. Again, okay, your thoughts there. And so let's hear from the callers too. Hello, good morning.
God bless you, Mr. Alabi.
Bless you too.
Yes, Chiwendu, good morning once more. I still remember my humble self, Engineer Emmanuel.
Yeah.
My own personal opinion, Toyin Alabi, since when they did this national opposition summit, I was so happy. But where I have a problem, I often say, you bear me witness, that this coalition, if it is a coalition for Nigeria, it will succeed. But if they put selfish interests, it will not come to pass. But my prayer and my wish that this coalition succeed so that we unseat this present administration, because for me, why this administration does not deserve second time, he has not fulfilled his campaign he made to Nigeria. Because what did he came with to tell us? You remove subsidy and you are still borrowing. Why the borrowing since there is no subsidy? And now you have been taxing Nigeria. You talk with the two sides of the mouth. You are in Nasarawa. You say the tax revenue is more than enough, no more borrowing. That same week he made that statement, the rubber stamp Senate okay him and that borrowing. So is that the kind of leaders we should say should come back on 2027? The Renew Hope that he's talking about is only favorable to the governors and to those who are saying on his mandate he stand. Those are the only people enjoying this Renew Hope. Nigeria are not seeing any Renew Hope, rather is a Renew suffering. So if we give him an opportunity for second time, what do you think will be the outcome? Then for me, I'm suggesting, I don't know, this is my own personal opinion, if they will give the ticket, one person Obi, I think before 12, by the grace of God, with our PVC who will see this present administration.
Kwankwaso and Obi, right?
Yeah, that is Obi Kwankwaso.
So who takes the presidential ticket?
That the primary. They were talking about filling in one candidate.
Yes.
It was something people really wanted to be. It's not yet stamped, but it's something they wanted to be.
I was just thinking again, who would take the lead? Who would be the lead?
The one I saw on social media, Obi was the president.
Okay.
Was the vice,
All right. A lot of things will have to come here, and people will ask questions about who would play the second fiddle. So, all right. Interesting. Okay. We'll see. Can take one or two calls and then we'll bring it to a close. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Toyin Alabi.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Chief Areu.
Chief Areu, let's hear you.
I have listened to you attentively, and I am beginning to be very worried the way Nigeria is actually going. In my own opinion, it looks like we are going towards one political party, which is very dangerous. I said this some time ago about what happened in Ghana, what happened in Guinea, what happened in Egypt. When Iyadema became another lord, when Kwame Nkrumah became another lord, when Sekuturi of Guinea became another lord, when Abdel Nasser in Egypt became another lord, and the way our Senate are going over it, by Mr. Toyin Alabi, I want to believe that you saw what happened in the National Assembly. They approved bond from Bola Tinubu within 3 hours. They did not even ask him how he was going to repay the money. That is one. About insecurity, Bola Tinubu gave us 48 names. And I want to believe that before Bola Tinubu has given us these 48 names, those people should have been arrested. But they are still parading. And we are still saying that we are fighting insecurity. When Bola Tinubu came on board, he withdrew subsidy. And he told Nigerians that the reason why he withdrew subsidy was that he wants the governors to have enough money. Mr. Toyin Alabi, I want you to remember that in the year 2006, the then Minister of State for Finance, Nenadi Osman, criticize governors for governors for disappearing abroad just days of receiving the state allocation, and after visiting the rule they change. Today, governors are richer than the citizens, and they say you cannot build Italy without building Italians. Today, Bola Tinubu is building the governors while the citizens are suffering in Nigeria. Bola Tinubu policy is very, very punitive in Nigeria. Today, Nigerians are finding it difficult to eat. I have a friend who is a welder. Up to now, he cannot make ends meet because there is no power to do his work. And that is the general impression about the whole country. Bola Tinubu, if you really want to rule this country, he should rise to the occasion. Today, he has removed his Minister for Finance because of some inefficiency or whatever it is. That is why the World Bank is now telling us that Nigeria is one of the poorest countries. God bless our country, Nigeria.
All right, Chief Ariel, we thank you on that too. Well, again, squeezing this one. All right.
See on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Oladimeji Said from Kaduna Police says opposition is just tales by the moonlight, desperate. ADC should spend their time telling us what they want to do for Nigeria in clear and convincing terms instead of sponsoring fiction, propaganda and lies. That's what would help them instead of this gaslighting and lies. Good morning, Nigeria. Let me see. On Facebook, I don't think we have okay, that is it for social media.
Okay. All right. Well, okay, we heard Nigerians talking about it, what it will be like 2027. Nigerians believe that a lot of things would come to play. And the question is that our fault lines, I ask that question most times, that our fault lines, have our fault lines been taken care of? Religion, tribe, ethnicity, divides of Nigeria, and of course, yeah, not too long ago we were talking about Christian genocide and all of that.
Yeah.
But again, what we're saying is that all parts of the country are affected, all religions are affected by the insecurity that we see playing out. But again, what will be what Nigerians will take to the polls when you want to make your decisions? Would it be that this man is my tribe? Would it be that this man is my religion? Or would it be that I want this man to continue? It could be better for Nigerians.
It's just like, haven't you suffered enough to continue thinking about religion and tribe and gender? Haven't you suffered enough? The thing is, remove all of the stereotypes you have. I mean, they are deeply seated in our culture and in our system. And when those things show up again, question it. So why are you voting this person? Do they have the skills? Do they have the education? Do they have the experience to lead you to where you're going to? They might not change your life instantly, but do they have the masses at heart? That is what you should be checking out for. Because I've always said this, like, I don't see gender, I don't see tribe, I don't see religion. And I think everybody should understand that Nigeria is our own. It's not for a certain people, it's our own, and we should treat it as like we own it. So another thing is, we rant, we talk, we express our frustration. Please have your voter's card.
Yes,
You're about to enter May.
Yes.
The final cycle is about to open.
All right. I must talk about this. You too. I think I know that a little bit about you, that you're also an influencer. You know? And talking about it, no, because again, I have to bring the gullibility of Nigerians into this, that Nigerians are still very gullible. And so all of the fault lines that you have talked about, will also play out. We see what's happening on social media. Sometimes very
People
disturbing.
Really mindless statements.
Yes, and things being said. And you just wonder, can we hold this country as one when people come out with such opinions? And because they have the channel to do all of that. So people are there still waiting for their leaders. People that they wait for their tribal chiefs and their leaders to talk to them about what is happening. So all of these things will it also come to play come 2027?
So political education is one thing that is lacking in this country. I mean, in secondary schools, even in primary schools, we have civic education, social studies to teach us we should vote. But I don't think that we are being taught enough, or I was even being taught enough, how my role was really important, even as a child, to the construction of the country. So now growing up and even being in the media, I understand that not only even voting, even at the local level, every citizen has a responsibility to do something to do, even in budgeting, even in, talks, accountability, transparency. Everybody in this country is a politician. The only thing that happened is that you selected one person to now represent the whole group. But you, as the person listening to me right now in your shop, you are a politician, right? So it is that thing of realizing that after God, the next person that is holding your life is a politician. When you dip it, when you understand it, when you dissect it and tear it apart, that after God and no matter how I want to out hustle the country, I can't out hustle a corrupt person. I can't out hustle a person that only wants to, take care of their pocket. So because of that, I should be interested. So I like that, now, especially on Twitter, I've been on Twitter, X, there are a lot of conversations going on, especially about the PVC and, shunning against tribe and religion and everything. So whenever people make tribalistic or, comments that pertain to religion when it comes to politics, there are people that are very quick enough to say, oh, look at this side, look at this side. So it's the thing of do not shut up when people are making those statements. You have to speak up. And I love that we're having this conversation. At least slowly before 2027, we can easily bring people to the side of the right thing, which is ownership, possession of the country. We can't allow anybody to run it down because we're not interested in politics or because politics is not cute. What you are doing is politics already. The fact that you're apathetic is politics already. And that corrupt person in power is banking on your apathy. So you have to grow an interest, groom an interest. For women, the part I would say is women, we are built to be pregnant, right? And Nigeria is the highest country in the world. Is the first country in the world with the highest maternal mortality. So there's a big possibility that with your pregnancy, a pregnant woman right now can go into the hospital and lose her baby. I did a documentary. I and Mrs. Jacqueline did a documentary on a woman that lost her baby. Maternal mortality is a thing. That alone should be worrying to you. That alone should make you want to be interested in politics. To question the government on why they are not funding healthcare. The proper allocation is meant to be 15%, but in the previous years it's been just 4%, 3%, and we don't have doctors. 1 to 8,000 is very small and is unhealthy. So as a woman, that should concern you. Nigeria is the country with the lowest expectancy when it comes to life. That means a lot of Nigerians will not live up to 60 or 70. That is worrisome, right? We have the highest out of school children. That should make you angry, and that anger should lead you to want to do something and speak up and tell the government to do something. Then as a young person, I've been like you. I was once like you. I would be like, I beg, what is this government they talk? I know they listen to news. Nothing concern me, concern news. It will concern you. Because as a 20-year-old, you might be, for those that wrote jump, you might say, oh, I'm 18, it's time for me to vote, but I'm not going to vote because politics is none of my business. There's a big possibility you enter school at 20 and you'll be leaving at 30 because the government doesn't care about education. So the person that you vote into would determine whether you graduate early or not. So all those things they are important. And not every Nigerian can afford to go to a private university.
As it is now, Nigeria is pregnant.
Yeah.
Right? And do you know what he will come up with?
Man. That is a very big question. But my hopes, and with the work we are doing, I hope it births something that would give us hope. Not the renewed hope agenda, but that would grow trust and hope in us again to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I like that. And on that note, draw the curtain here this morning on the program Perspectives. We're sharing thoughts with my colleague here, Chiwendu, and like what's coming out from her. And of course, with the audience too, you played a big role in making this program, very interesting this morning. And big food for thought about all that has been raised. We'll come back with Perspectives tomorrow. Have a good day.
Invicta FM.
We are the unbeatable station. 98.9.
Yeah, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery.
S-E-L-A-R-I-E.